Welcome to another edition of NC Sports Weekly News, where the water sports season never ends. The comeback of a lifetime, Brazilian sailing legend Robert Scheidt makes history at the Laser Worlds in Oman. With a mere 27-minute advantage on Henry Lloyd, Great Britain wins the tough 5,000 nautical mile Indian Ocean crossing to take leg 4 in the Clipper race. Mini Transat update: Benoit Marie and Giancarlo Pedote continue their Atlantic solo match race westward to Guadalupe in the Protos. Big surprises in the series as Aymeric Belloir and Justine Métro chew up the miles. The double-handed Transat Jacques Vabre in its final chapter. The latest update with senior correspondent Sébastien Destrumeau. Full throttles in Qatar for the Aquabike and F1 Grand Prix with top racing highlights, winners, and results. NC Sports, plunge into the action. Robert Scheidt's strong comeback for a 9th title victory at the Laser World Championships in Oman last weekend will make the history books as one of sailing's greatest moments. Certainly for this veteran pro, it's a strong signal that Rio 2016 is well within reach, even at age 42. Gold in Atlanta 1996, silver in Sydney 2000, again gold in Athens 2004, and that's just on the lasers. With the star, Scheidt has also won silver in Beijing 2008 and bronze in London 2012. Back from the star after the elimination of the class from the Olympic roster, and now working on his 6th Olympic campaign, El Demolidor will at this point not just be going to his Brazilian games among the top seeded, but as one of the best sailors of all times.
I feel very emotional, you know, a mix of relief and happiness now. It's probably the most special Laser Worlds that I win, because it's a different moment in my life, you know. It's been away from the class for so many years, and you always doubt if you can come back and on which form you can come back. And to be able to win over 7 days with the best sailors around, it's a great feeling, you know, and going back home really satisfied with this.
With 4 wins and second place in the strong wins of the 8 qualifying races, Demolition Man Scheidt accessed the finals in Musama Beach in Bali. Yet Boule, Van Schaardenberg, Stalheim, and especially Contides put on the pressure up to the very last match. The 4 still very open medal races, marked instead by light and tactical wind conditions, became decisive for this 2013 World Championship in Oman. Nailing 2 wins in the final series, the Brazilian showed he's still boss, and a force to be reckoned with all the way up to the next games. For the full action from the 2013 Laser World Championships in Oman, and the background on Robert Scheidt's historic achievement, stay tuned for the upcoming edition of NC Sports Top Story. Plenty of offshore sailing races are still crisscrossing the blue planet. Following its Cape Town start, a tough Indian Ocean crossing in the roaring 40s, injuries and rescues, the fleet of the Clipper Round the World race has finally reached the port of Albany to close leg 4. In a tight duel lasting nearly 5,000 nautical miles and becoming ever more intense on the last approach to Western Australia, Team Great Britain kept up the good tactics on the wing and ultimately got the upper hand on a combative Henry Lloyd team, just 27 minutes behind.
Believe it or not, we've been in the company of Henry Lloyd now for nearly 48 hours. We crossed paths with them 2 days ago. We spent 24 hours, 1.6 miles behind them, going a little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward, and it was one squall that got us in front of them yesterday. We did a double manoeuvre on them yesterday, got round them, stayed in front and held that, and that was 3 miles lead, and that's what we finished with. These boats are so closely matched that it's all down to tactics. You can't beat a boat just boat on boat speed.
With the fleet still trickling into port, as this NC Sports edition comes to a close, a small pack of leaders made up of Henry Lloyd, Great Britain, 1DLL, PSP Logistics, and Qingdao now appears to be pulling away on the overall Clipper race scoreboard. With another 11 stops around the globe due to finish in July 2014, it's still a wide-open race for those mostly non-professional sailors. The action will resume on December 15 with a start of Leg 5 from Albany to Hobart in Tasmania, a 628-mile drag race and a holiday break when compared to the last exhausting Southern Ocean route. Also racing now, the mini Transat fleet is still at sea negotiating the complex weather transitions en route to the island of Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. With the Proto division just over 1,000 miles from the finish line and the series boats in mid-Atlantic, this extraordinary little big race is riveting sailing fans, especially in France and Italy. Only 6.5 meters in length, but armed to the teeth, the minis are highly sophisticated ocean racers, capable of good speed and designed to face tough conditions. The ongoing match race in the Protos between Benoit Marie and Giancarlo Pedote is making headlines, as the two contenders have already swapped the lead a couple of times over the first 2,500 nautical miles of the race. The innovative Prismian winner in 2011 has found a tough rival in BenoitMarie.com. Chasing the duo on a southerly option is René Fermand's Boreal, and just behind the trio is another revelation at this mini Transat, Aymeric Belloir, on his Tout le monde chante contre le cancer. The Frenchman is on to an astounding performance, leading the series division and racing as near equal against the more advanced Protos. Also making waves and good speed is Justine Metro on Team Work, the leading lady in this race and currently in second place behind Belloir. More mini Transat updates in the coming editions of NC Sports. From east to west and now from north to south, as the Transat Jacques Vabre has come to the closing stages. The Mod 70s arrived last week. The IMOCA 60 podium was filled over the weekend and following the game-changing dismast of Favorite Massif. And the remaining Class 40s are nearing the end of their 5,000 nautical mile race. The full report with NC Sports senior correspondent Sébastien Destremaux.
Welcome to the office, NC Sports fans. The Jacques Vabre Transat ends with an outstanding victory for PRB in the IMOCAs. We were hoping for a tense battle between the two leading duos a few days before arriving in Itajaí. However, at 1 a.m. on Thursday, November 21, the incredible news comes from the two skippers on board Massif. François Gabat and Michel Desjoyaux broke their mast. This drama opens up a major opportunity for Vincent Rioux and Jean Le Cam on board PRB. The IMOCA's fleet splits at Cap Frio when Vincent and Jean heads first into the Bay of Rio de Janeiro. With a 60 miles margin, they are now feeling comfortable before the final stretch towards Itajaí. Sailing at 20 knots of speed over the last 500 miles, PRB puts the hammer down and controls her rivals after 17 days at sea.
We were able to push our boat very hard to let it rip across the water, but it's a bit wearing for the men. The resting periods were rare. It really felt like we were racing multi-hulls, but this time it was monohulls.
This victory is timely. Vincent combines 6 appearances on this race, while Jean has sailed in 7 editions. And this is their first victory in this event for both.
A real tough race. We will call it that tough. From the beginning to the end, we were just underwater right through. What a mess.
Marc Guillemot and Pascal Bidégory on board Safran snatched a beautiful 2nd place when they sailed really close to the shore in Cape Frio.
It has not stopped from start to finish, with lucky breaks and sometimes unlucky ones.
Only 31 minutes separate them from 3rd place Jeremy Bayou and Christopher Pratt on board Metro Corp.
You may think this battle with Safran lasted 3 or 4 days, but in fact, it has been a battle against everyone from the get-go. This has been a very intense Jacques Vabre. Very tiring.
These 3 teams have had an extremely high pace during the race. The monohulls sailed at nearly 14 knots of speed on average since Le Havre.
Fans had plenty of action in Doha as the Formula One and Aquabike circuits put on their best show for the 2013 Qatar Grand Prix. In the runabout GP1 division, France's Cyril Lemoine snatched the victory in a race marked by the elimination of Youssef Al Abdulrazak after the Kuwaiti championship leader was black flagged on lap 3 for a driving infringement. 2nd place was filled by Italian Mattia Fracasso, followed by Mohamed Albas, also from Kuwait, in 3rd.
Very good weekend for me. I arrived 3rd at the championship. I finished, now I'm a leader of the championship. I'm really happy. I win the slalom yesterday. I can do better. Maybe the pole position first race, but I'm really happy. My team, Marina 4 and Angelo, make a very good job. My jet ski have a good top speed and a good fiability.
Mixed results in the Ski GP1 division here in Doha, as current world leader Tiago Sousa from Portugal took Heat 1 and the event, while Italy's Alberto Monti came on top in Heat 2. Michel Poré of France has closed in 2nd, while Croatian Steven Ivancic held on to 3rd.
Pretty well. Yesterday I've won with some advantages against the 2nd. Today I faced a few problems with the ski, big problems. But now we are working to fix it, and it's all about Abu Dhabi in the final.
In the women's Ski GP1 division, it was a head-on match between just 2 contenders on the course, as Serbian Pija Sumer kept up the momentum to defeat Italian Marta Sorrentino. As expected, superstar The Rock Floriancic continued his absolute domination in the freestyle competition, this time showcasing an incredible sequence of 17 360s with masterful ease. Once again rivaled only by brother Knack, with his win here at this GP, Floriancic also secured the 2013 World Championship title. Plenty of fireworks for F1 powerboats in this 10th edition of the Qatar Grand Prix that also captivated thousands of onlookers for both of the qualifier stages and the final event. Easier done than said when the home team is on top. On his best day ever, American pilot Sean Torrente won his first ever title race in the series. Teammate Alex Carella had already dominated in the qualifiers, but on race day, engine failure dashed all hopes just 2 laps from the finish line. Qatar offered some serious sparring around the boys and heart-stopping moments. Torrente had a close call with fellow American Terry Rinker of Team Azerbaijan, who took the worst of the impact and was rocketed into a double-barrel roll, fortunately without consequence. Current F1 driver standings now see Team Qatar skippers Torrente and Carrella ahead of the pack. With just 2 events to go in the championship and the Nations Cup closing the season in Abu Dhabi, pursuers like Finland Sami Selio or France's Philippe Chiappe will not be giving up so easily. All bets are truly on. Plunge into the action with NC Sports.